Gamers, it's time to put on your protective gear. I'm expecting you to wear a hazmat suit, but if you have nothing like that near at hand, maybe at the very least put on sunglasses or maybe some gloves, maybe a face mask that you have laying around in a corner from a few years ago, because it's time for 3 viewer-submitted games of StarCraft 2. We're starting off with a Terran versus Terran played in Platinum League. We're in the top right-hand corner playing with the red... Oh, God. Playing with the red SCVs. We're looking inside of the main base of Kijkwijzer. Kijkwijzer, if we're gonna proxy barracks, they're gonna be late. You're supposed to send it out by the time that the... Oh, God. Okay. Down in the bottom left with the blue SCVs, we're looking at none other than Riplakish's main command center. Oh, I hate it. I guess we're gonna proxy 3 barracks? Now, we could have already started them up. It's so late. Sorry, I have just recently casted some viewer games too. You know what? They are perfectly in sync, I will give you that. A+ for, everything being in sync. B- for the actual timing, because this could have started up a little bit sooner. We're probably going to have less Marines available now than would have been possible. But either way, oh, alright. We're queuing up a depot as well. Either way, it does look reasonably nice. Especially if we can stay on top of the Marine production too. Now, Riplakish here has indeed been scouting on the other side of the map. And he sees that there's a whole lot of nothing. In order to go for a barracks, you do need to have a supply depot out. So, yeah, at the very least, he knows his opponent isn't entirely AFK. Reaper coming. Okay, we have a bunker now defensively, too. Don't go command center on the low ground. Okay, I thought for a second we're going to go CC. No, stop that. Oh, we're just scouting. We are scouting everything. He is going to find out about the proxy. Okay. Now, when you scout this heavily, I'm always a little bit worried, right? So, you do see everything. But will you also be able to actually get stuff done? Because you've now spent a lot of resources in scouting, right? Like, there's a lot of lost mining time. But Riplakish already has 600 minerals available. At least one of these 2 players was Platinum League on the loading screen. But honestly, I've casted enough viewer-submitted games over the years to recognize that I don't think this is Platinum League. No, I've seen some fine macro games in Plat. One of the players on the loading screen was Platinum, the other one was unranked. I feel like this is closer to the unranked part of the ladder. Why do we have nothing? Okay, we had the grenade. Fair enough. Not sure what it's going to do, really, against this many Marines. Depot, no cancel. SCV ends up going down. Do the Marines just straight up win the game? I don't think the Marines are going to be able to just straight up win because of the bunker, at least assuming we get some repairs going. But obviously the units in red can just go around the side. Okay, we can also just sacrifice them. In the meantime, there is an SCV repairing the bunker and at the very least on standby. Retarget, dude! What are we doing? Retarget onto the units, please. Okay. Finally, the Reaper now is taking a little bit of damage yet again. Command Center in the meantime coming up for Kijkwijzer. 93 APM, by the way, here for the Terran in blue. I'm not sure what everything is being spent on, but... Okay, I guess we are ready. We're doing a little bit of boxing. Because still... Oh, he's not attack moving. I think what the problem right here for Kijkwijzer is that he's not attack moving. He's just... Yeah, he's individually attack commanding onto specific structures here. And I guess after they have finished off some of the units that they were targeted to destroy, they will automatically switch on over to an attack move, but... The barracks ends up going down, and somehow, some way, despite the fact that Riplakish hasn't really made a lot of units, it looks like this is a hold. We'll have a siege tank out in about, maybe 10-15 seconds time or so. And I don't believe that we're going to see Kijkwijzer breaking through any of this within that period of time. Now, the problem, of course, is that Riplakish did lose a lot of workers. He's also just not made, really, any throughout this game. It's been a bit messy. Yeah, 9 SCVs have gone down. Siege tank now unable to just drive through all of this because of the way that it spawned. But assuming we'll siege it up right over... Oh, God, don't send it too far forward. Okay, we need to go over there, apparently. Fair enough. Anyways, assuming you siege it up inside of the main base, That'll be the defense sorted. So back to the drawing board we go. What's the plan, Skeezer? We're going 4 gases, basically all at the same time. He did build an engineering bay to go for missile turrets. I don't know what for. But I'm guessing here that Skeezer is not entirely convinced that this is truly what the opponent in blue has. And to be fair, it's not entirely inaccurate. Riplakish definitely could have had a Liberator in the opponent's main right now if he would have been proxying himself. Maybe that is what these 2 missile turrets over here are trying to counter. SCVs are chasing down the one Reaper that was previously in charge of base defense. More Marines are going in, but I think this will just be a meat grinder, man. You guys... Wait, how are you not getting shot? Oh, he doesn't have vision, that's why. Just barely missing vision right over there on the edge. We're still making Reapers. What are the Reapers good for, Rip? Okay, well... The follow-up plan for Skeezer is double factory. So we're going triple barracks into double factory into quadruple missile turret. I've never really seen anybody build missile turrets with this sort of pattern. One in the middle of the mineral line and then one right behind the mineral line. It's a little bit of a curious setup. The one Reaper here still being microed. 200 plus APM dedicated to just this one unit. In the meantime, we're stacking up to 1,000 resources in total. No big deal, because we are microing. Oh no, there's also, well, a lack of micro going on the other side of the map. I don't know if Riplakish noticed, but he just absolutely destroyed his opponent's army. The Marines decided to commit yet again, and I think that now really seals the deal. And I guess considering that the first Reaper ended up getting a ton of work done, we may as well send Reaper 2 and 3, and soon to be 4 and 5, straight across the map too. Command Center is going to finish up here for Riplakish, fair enough. Double starport right now after never using the double factory. Skeezer is apparently a fan of doing things in multiples. Yeah, no half measure. Make 2 armories, dude. You should make 2 armories. I don't know what we're going to be doing with it. Maybe add on another engineering bay as well, just for the hell of it. Oh! Fusion core. Tech labs. There was an attempt at a 3rd base, but Riplakish is still making Reapers. Gotta probably not line them up all too much, but luckily here there is no micro really on these Hellions whatsoever. Still going to be good enough. Oh, Riplakish, the micro god, moving the one around. He will now see the tech lab right there onto the starport. Back up to 200 APM we go. Because this time around we're microing Reapers, but there's 2 of them. So what was the idea behind the double factory? Oh, he's making Hellions, I guess. I'm assuming he knows of reactors. Not entirely sure why we're doing it this way. Barracks, by the way, in the meantime, on the other side of the map, entirely abandoned. We're still making Reapers here. Is Riplakish. He's got additional siege tank production, but he has seen that the opponent has got, at the very least, some form of flying unit coming across here in a moment. He's seen the tech lab. I would excuse him if he doesn't think that it's going to be a Liberator. But we have a Liberator right now into a Battlecruiser. Battlecruiser operational here in just about a minute time. Riplakish really needs to get some form of anti-air out. I find it impressive how Riplakish has so little economy but still such a big bank. Yeah, he's adding on some more SCVs right now, cancels them, decides to fly that 2nd command center down to the low ground. Sure, get the weapon refit. Research the Yamato gun. Riplakish, we have to start getting some form of anti-air, dude. Okay, he starts up a starport of his own. Honestly, one of the best things you can do here is just like Stimpec and Marines. We have the player in red with 65 APM. The player in blue with 127. Now the real question is, do you think they have more APM than a heart rate right now whilst playing the game? Or this is actually incredibly painful. Oh no. Skeezer. Are we gonna use the Battlecruiser to take down the Reaper. Like, I was going to call it a Reaper rush, but it's a little bit weird. I don't actually even know if, after 15 years of watching and casting StarCraft, I don't know if I've ever seen this engagement, this type of exchange before. Have you ever seen Battlecruisers chasing down Reapers? Okay, the BCs jump straight across the map. I think this may be the first time that Replikish realizes that this is what he's playing against. He's going for an engineering bay. An engineering bay and a reactor. If the Battlecruisers would have gone straight into the main base, they would have been able to deal a lot of damage, but there's no anti-air available at this point. I think that's why we're building an engineering bay. The idea probably being that we're gonna make missile turrets. Yep, we're making... Sure. Yeah. No, build them up, man. Build them up. That's... Yep. Build them. Okay. 11 missile turrets coming right up. The Reapers are still in, by the way. There's a reinforcing group of Reapers. Battlecruiser 3 is out. 4 and 5 are just about to be joining in too. Now, there was a little hit squad of 2 siege tanks here, actually distracting the Battlecruiser group for long enough that the missile turrets in the main base are indeed finishing up. So these will be sacrificed for the greater good. Reapers are actually dealing an insane amount of damage. For some reason, these Battlecruisers are entirely sleeping on the job. Skeezer has been reduced to 0 workers. He's got 0 workers, but 5 Battlecruisers. No, 4 at the moment with 2 more coming. Okay, so he's got soon to be 6 Battlecruisers. You know what I'm a little bit worried for? Oh, God. Oh, God, we're gonna go for the mass jump straight into the opponent's main base, the missile turrets. You know what I'm worried for? I'm worried that this is a Replikish win. This is a Replikish victory. The man's been making Reapers and siege tanks and missile turrets. There ain't no way. The Battlecruisers are not able to deal with the missile turrets. He just jumped straight into the opponent's main base, not knowing... Sorry, what? He didn't know of the... He didn't know... What? Okay. Learn to play the game without assistance? What are you talking about, Skeezer? By the way, enjoy your ban? Skeezer, I think what you should have done is maybe consider the idea that the opponent could be making defenses in his main. After you've been distracted for minutes, they're going to love seeing your AVMs fights. He is accusing Replikish of being a cheater. Next up, it's time for a Protoss versus Zerg. Now, one of the players on the loading screen was at 2.3k MMR, which I think is probably around gold 3, maybe silver 1 or so. So technically speaking, it should be lower level than the previous game, although the ladder system in StarCraft 2 can be a bit of a mess sometimes. Either way, spawning right here in the top right-hand corner. Playing with the blue Zerg drones, we have none other than Mach 5. Or Mach V. I don't know. His opponent down in the bottom left with the red Protoss. Protoss SCVs? Really, Loco? We're looking inside of the main base of Ola. I hate your pylon positioning. Sorry, I know we are only getting started, but after that previous game... yeah, I can't... Yeah, no, I hate it. I hate it. Anyways. After that previous game, my patience has already worn thin. Now, this is a double... It's a double probe scout. Obviously, one of them is to fake it out. But why in the world would there be an idle... All over here is like a toddler playing hide and seek, okay? Brother, I can literally see your feet from underneath the curtain. I can just tell you're there. This is the worst hiding location I've seen in my life. But he does have a second probe, I guess. Maybe a slightly more mature worker over here that is trying his very best. Okay. So maybe the cannon rush over here is... Let's just assume it's very high IQ. Maybe the cannon rush over here is bait, and then this one is real? The idea being that maybe the opponent is going to pull drones, which, well, the Zerg over here is not doing. Alright. There's a gateway on the back of this as well, and I think... Okay, this is out of range. I think this is actually fine, though, here for the Protoss. It's better when the opponent is not given the chance to cancel their hatchery. Because I think you're going to be able to secure the kill on this one. Yeah, unless we go for Zergling production right about right now. Mok Vito. Hey, Mok, can you wake up? Oh! Mok cancelled the queen in the main base and went instant lair. I think you could have at the very least tried to keep this hatchery alive, but... I guess prior experiences showed him that it's not so easy to defend against this sort of shenanigans. So this hatchery is still going to be toast. So in what case do we go for a lair? Like, what's the point? He also cancelled the queen over here. Why? That queen could have very easily spawned and then went into the main base. In the meantime, Ole is moving forward over here. He's trying to see if he can kill his opponent's overlord with a photon cannon. An interesting way of getting the job done. A bunch of drones did spawn over here, and they're going to be turning themselves into spine crawlers for the most part. Okay, so the question becomes, what is the lair for? It's going to be one base aggression here from Mok. I'm thinking it'll probably be something like... I think swarm hosts are actually unironically good here, but can we assume it's going to be swarm hosts? Okay. No, it will not be. Instead, we are making a spire. Countering photon cannons with Mutas is a play. I'm hoping, though, that he's going to be using the Mutas for counterattacking instead. In the meantime, there is a probe that snuck down all the way to the top left of the map. We have a Zealot wandering around as well, just to see if there's any proxy hatcheries anywhere. This is a experienced cannon rusher. Not a very good one, but experienced nonetheless. I think we are going to go for a Nexus, but that's a very easy scout with Mutalisks. He's building Spore Crawlers, by the way. I guess the idea behind it is that we can maybe deal with any sort of oracles that might be swooping in, or maybe more accurately, Void Race. Usually Cannon Rush is followed by Void Race or Dark Templar. I guess Spores are decent against both. The problem is, though, with one base Mutas, you just don't get a lot of gas. Like, you just have very few units you can actually produce. Okay. So he made 2 Mutas. 2 Mutas! Well, I don't have high hopes for the Mutalisks, I will be honest with you. Even if they go across the map, there should never really be much that you can do. Stargate coming up here for Ole, so I guess the idea is to, yeah, still go into Void Race. It's incredibly slow. He could have done this minutes ago. Waiting right now for the larva to pop off. Imagine if the queen from the Natural actually had spawned and walked up towards the high ground. I think these injects would have been so much quicker, and then there probably would have been about 6 Mutas out at this point in time. 6 Mutas is a good number to actually start harassing the opponent's mineral line with. Proxy Nexus in the meantime, all the way in the top left. Mutas are starting to group up together. The question is, when does Mok 5... when does he reveal them? We're really trying to get rid of this Overlord. I think this is one of the worst ways to kill Overlords. It does require your opponent to not notice anything. And I guess Mok is not seeing what's happening. Yeah, Void Raise it is, of course. And there go the Mutas, though. These little flippy flappies are gonna have a grand old time on the other side of the map. Unless they fight the Photon Cannon together with... okay. Together with the with the Void Ray. Yeah, I mean, it's still fine. It's still totally fine. Oh, hey, what? Oh. Well, I think we could have fought it. This is going to be real painful. Probes decide to wall themselves in against flying units. Not something you see every day. But that is going to be a lot of dead workers and Mach. He may start mocking his opponent as well, I guess, at some point in this game. Make the beam thick. Make the beam thick, Ole. It doesn't do anything against Mutas. Somebody actually commented in a previous viewer-submitted game a few days ago, explaining to me how prismatic the prismatic alignment works. It's like, actually, Lowko, it only deals bonus damage against armored units. Why would a Protoss player be making a beam thick against Mutalisks? That instant was not against Mutas. But I did love the actually moment in the YouTube comment section. Shout out to that commenter. We do generally see the beam being made thick against literally everything. Okay, now, there aren't enough Void Rays yet, but I don't hate the position here for Ollie. The only problem is that he's been losing so many of his workers. He does have that proxy nexus now done in the top left. The APM is, oh my god, it's 220 APM? Where's all of it going? What are we, what are we even clicking? I feel like there's very little happening and that this game is so slow compared to the previous one, but I guess the previous one was really slow as well. Very busy, I guess, controlling the Mutalisks. Now, Ollie's micro is, ooh. He had the Mutalisk selected. Ollie has not really been able to mine much for a long time here. But I guess you should be able to get back to mining right now, yeah. Those probes have just been recalled to the top left-hand corner. Did he not notice? Mach, you saw the recall. There it is. There it is. Make the beam thick, boys. Successfully slowing down his own units. But he did increase the intimidation of the Void Ray. And that is something, you know, the mental strength of it. It is something that needs to be discussed. I'm becoming a little bit worried here for Mach. Mach had the Mutalisk selected when the recall happened. I'm assuming his screen was on the Mutas too. So he must have seen these bad boys teleporting out. If he is under the assumption here this entire time that there is nothing else out there, he is going to be in for a very nasty surprise when we learn that the Protoss does have a whole load of income. By the way, Mutas are 100 minerals, 100 gas each. So you can see that reflected right now in the mineral count that Mach has been saving up. He's trying to make sure that he's got some extra here as well so his Mutas can go through college. Very nice to see. So, what's the plan, Ollie? You know what the plan is? I don't know what the plan is, but I think it's going to be called Void Rays. I think the plan is to make Void Rays, and if that doesn't work, we go Carriers. And if that doesn't work, we go Dark Templar. None of those instances require Warp Gates, so we don't bother with any of that. Mach, by the way, did get the +1 air weapons, the +1 flyer upgrade, which is quite impressive. He should really be going around the map, though, to see where that recall went to, because I think Mach is assuming here that he has got his opponent exactly where he needs him. He is assuming that there is no secondary base out there. Honestly, at this point, there could be like 4 Protoss bases out there. But he thinks that the Protoss has not had any income here for a very long time. Mutas, by the way, are being all army hotkeyed. That's why we keep seeing them take damage. They're being all army hotkeyed and they will fly. Oh, actually, he doesn't even have the all army hotkey here. He's just flying them over the photon cannons for no apparent reason at all. Ollie should go for more Nexi. Yep, I don't mind it. One Void Ray there accidentally got leashed onto the Mutalisks. But he's starting to look now. I think Mach has recognized. Mach, stop! Mach, please! Mach! Don't make me mock you, okay? Come on, brother. Go up north. Go and... Mach, yes! Mach is scouting! Mach is right there! There's literally nothing! Mach! Oh, Mach on. Or, I guess that's his name in reverse. Come on! No. He's done a very small amount of sightseeing. We're going straight back into the opponent's main base. Okay. You know what we need to do? More of the same. Let's just keep throwing away Mutalisks. Okay. Now, we are coming up on minute 12, and usually that's right about the time that the main base is going to start running out. There's still going to be a bit of mining left here for a good few minutes, but the numbers are certainly reduced. And that now means that even though Ollie has been losing all of his workers, and despite the fact that he had to rebuild a lot of the stuff, he actually has more income now than the Zerg. Mach is letting this one slip out of his fingers. Ooh, Dropper Lords. Are we dropping drones? Is... I hope so, because it's the only thing that makes sense. He doesn't have Overlord speed? Wow. Yeah, alright. So we are sending out the excess amount of workers here. And I think we're gonna find him a new mineral line to mine from. Come on, Mach. Mach, scout. There is a base. There's nothing here. Ollie has really only made photon cannons and void rays. Now he's gonna recall yet again, this time around, to that newly made nexus on the right side of the map, which somehow, some way has also been entirely hidden. In the meantime, the slow Overlord drop is making its way across. Horizontal to the old main, we find ourselves a new base. There's one of them that's empty, but it got turned into a Dropper Lord, so it gets to join in for the party anyways. It's a very awkward moment. He accidentally got a third Uber. Didn't need one, but I guess he paid for it, so we're joining the party. Double expending in a off-location base, but, you know, off-center is not the biggest deal. Ollie, by the way, started up the +1 air. As expected, no warp gate research. Ollie, how do you have so little... Why is your army so small? I don't get it. Like, you've been mining off of 38 workers for a long time. How do we only have this much? I guess he's been building a lot of static defense. 8 mutas, by the way, coming up. Mach is getting some pretty significant numbers. Alright, looks like the void rays are done. We're gonna start shooting lasers at whatever we can get. Now the new expansion here of the Zerg has been spotted. Ollie probably wondering how in the world did they get out of the base. Still though, this is going to be a whole lot of lasers that can all be made thick. He may have to recall them though. I don't know how this fight is gonna go. It's actually 21 mutas. The 21 mutas will definitely win. I mean, assuming we bring them all in. Yeah. Make the beam thick, of course, naturally. Okay. Well, you know what? The prismatic alignment actually scared the mutas off. I think the mutas would have won that. Oh, God. Oh, God. Ah, it hurts. We had so much time, Mach, to win this game just by seeing the base in the top left. You literally saw the recall. Yeah, okay, so now after the damage has been dealt, he decides to still commit to the defense and gets the job done. You love to see it. Hate it when that happens. Like, should I attack? Should I not attack? Should I attack? God, the base is gone. I guess I'll still attack. Turns out you could have won that all along. He's still, by the way, he notices... Oh, he's trying to take a base. All right, Mach is gonna find the expansion. He should have found this 10 minutes ago. It's blocked. Okay, Mach, go. Stop mocking him, dude. Go. Okay, maybe kill these probes, sure. Honestly, you could just kill the pylons and, you know, maybe kill the pylons. You know what I find this quite fascinating, right? I know that 99% of the time, one of these two players submitted this replay to me, right? And at this point, I can't figure out if it's the Zerg or the Protoss. There's really no way to tell. I think both are playing equally bad. But, you know, I'm assuming if you submitted the game, You probably thought it wasn't your worst performance. Or maybe you thought it was. And you really just wanted me to make fun of it. Alright, Mock, go! I'm starting to think it was Mock. It's likely the winner of the game. It's starting to feel like Mock has got this game in the bag. But it's been such a bad game. Of course, massive shout out to all the people sending over their best games of StarCraft 2 for me to go ahead and check out. All of the jokes, all of the memes are, of course, just in jest. It is just such a nice contrast to all of the pro games that I get to cast every day. Having a look at these viewer games is amazing. So big shout out to the people that do send their games over. If you have something awesome, you can send it yourself as well to replays@LowkoTV. Please only submit your craziest games. So obviously, if you wanted to watch regular StarCraft, but at a low level, yeah, I don't think there's nearly as many people interested. At the very least, I find these absolute chaos games far more interesting personally. So if you have something spicy, feel free to send it my way. I was thinking maybe we should make it a challenge run. You know, maybe I should give like an assignment, and then people can submit games specifically for that assignment. Should we give that a try? Maybe we should give it a try. All right, for the next one, if you have a game that you would like to go ahead and send me, make it the fastest battlecruiser rush in the world. Put in the title of the email, BC Rush. Your fastest possible battlecruiser rush you can effectively pull off. Whatever that means at your level. I would love to see some more BC rushes. It's been a very long time. Anyways, the Mutas have found the base. I don't know how much power I have. Do I ruin the ladder with assignments like that? Like, do I make it worse? Okay. BC Rush in the title, your fastest possible battlecruiser rush you can come up with. Please send it over and I'll try and cast the best games in about a week or two or so. Am I making the ladder a worse place? Am I the toxicity I've been trying to destroy? Anyways, Mutas are now in such large numbers that I think this game is over. There is just nothing Oli can really do about it. I mean, step 1 would be to stop making Void Rays. Step 2 would be to spend the money, I suppose, but there's really not a whole lot here that the Protoss can do. So I'm going to move it forward a little bit, because at this point, the Muta numbers are just oppressive. It's funny because they're a unit that can be countered very well by pretty much half of the Protoss arsenal of troops. But despite the fact that this has been a painful and a very slow game, it is indeed Mock who obtains the victory. And our final game of today is a Silver League match of Protoss versus Zerg. 2.3k MMR. Effectively right around the same level as the previous match. Spotting right here in the top right-hand corner. Playing with the blue Protoss pieces, we have none other than Gnof. Down on the bottom right, we're looking inside of the main base of Killing Boss. Okay. No battlecruiser rushes at the very least in this particular game. It actually could be a lot of fun. Like, if we get up to a point, right, where I don't know how many people are going to be submitting games. Usually there's quite a lot, but if we do get enough games of BC rushes, I can come up with a lot more interesting assignments, strategies that could be absolutely insane, but might somehow still be winnable. Let's start with a simple one. Let's start with a battlecruiser rush. I can come up with some really dumb build orders though. That could be a lot of fun as well. Now, naturally, of course, we've got ourselves a Forge first. This spawning pool positioning is absolute ass. I kind of hate it. As a matter of fact, if you build a photon cannon over here, it will never be within range of the hatchery. So if you position your spawning pool in a clever way, like say, for example, over here, it should never be within range. Do you want your opponent to get cannon rushed or not? Like, what is the... Gnof is like, ha! I have blocked my opponent's natural expansion. Also, I'm trying to cannon rush my opponent, so I actually kind of need you to make the expansion. What are we doing? Killing Boss. Make some Zerglings. Live up to your name, Killing Boss. Make the links. Okay, we don't need the links. In the meantime, There's whatever this is going on the side of the Protoss. No gas, no gateway, no nothing. Can we just make a bunch of Zerglings, please? Hey, can we, like, Zerglings are real good, man. Oh, God. I don't think you're going to win this without Lings. He's realizing it right now. Starts up the Zerglings at this point, but only one photon cannon really has to finish up here for this to be problematic. Killing boss all the way up to 750 resources now, too. The one on the right is going to finish. Don't take the base now! Oh, Lord, no! It hurts! It hurts! I can't shout that too loud. My neighbors are gonna call the police. What the hell, man? What was that? Don't send more! Don't send more of them into the meat grinder, please. Well, he did cancel the base, so that's something. But we'll have to do, yeah, we'll have to do something now to, like, stay alive. The drone, by the way, that was out on the map did end up going down. We did take the world's fastest gas geyser, but never mined from it, so... Gnoff, what are we doing? Gnoff, can you stop? What are we... No, Gnoff. Gnoff, what are we trying to do? It's time for an intervention, man. I've noticed cannon rushers in particular get incredibly tunnel visioned. Like, what is it we're trying to do? What is it that we were trying to achieve? No, Gnoff. Gnoff. We're not doing anything. This does not add anything to what you've already done. Okay. Spore crawlers, spine crawlers, all the rest of it. Gas mining has started up. Gnoff is going for the traditional strategy of trying to dig a moat around the opponent's base. He's trying to make sure that there is no supplies going in and out of the castle. Obviously, the Zerg's main here being the castle. And as long as we can starve them out over time, it'll be okay. Now, Zerg has a lot of different ways to maneuver around the map here regardless. No, dude, we don't do a siege in their face. The entire point of a siege is to not do it at their door. Like, what? Nothing got cancelled. Everything got killed. Okay, so, now what? Now that we have this standoff over here, what are we... How much longer is this game gonna... Okay. Strap in, we have another 7 minutes. How does anybody win this game within the next 7 minutes? I don't even know. I have no way to tell. Lair coming up. I'm a little bit afraid we're going to see mutas yet again. I've never really seen anybody make mutas against this sort of thing, but I guess that may be the plan yet again, dude. I think actually Swarm Host is a good idea. I mean, good is relative. There's many things that would have been good. Mutas probably D tier. Swarm Host probably C tier. Realistically speaking, we should probably just knight us all in. Oh no, Gnoff! Gnoff, what are you doing? Gnoff. Gnoff really sucks at a siege, man. This is the worst siege I've seen in my life. You have got the opponent exactly where you tried to get him. He just pulled literally every single worker that he had. He's like breaking the supply line of my opponent's base. I will set the supply line. It's like, no, Gnoff. That's exactly what we're trying to avoid. Gnoff, what the hell, man? Now, the previous 2 games did not have a GG. Place your bets. Will there be a G to the G in this particular game? Let me know down below in the comment section. Yes or no? I'm gonna say... You know what? Yes. I believe it. I believe that we are gonna see it this time around. I feel like it's either gonna be a GG or one of these 2 players is gonna be accused of hacking. But I'm gonna say yes. By the way, because of this abomination of a defense, Killing Boss has freed up a way to the gold. Or the gold, like through the... Well, he also has freed up a way to the gold, but through the golden minerals up to here. Gnoff did have money. Only just now started... Spire. Get... Okay. Right. Well, I guess we're freestyling now. This is as far as Gnoff had gotten with his perfect strategic analysis. Gnoff has a 0% chance to win this game, right? Like, there is just no way that he's... Okay, let's fast forward it a little bit. Oh yeah, sure, infestation pit. Sure, no, that's what we needed. We're donating a couple of spines. Okay, let's see how this goes then. I guess there's enough spines that we can just throw meat at the wall and maybe be okay. Ish. Yeah, it's ugly though. Cybercore coming up is going to finish 9.5 minutes into the game. Send more meat, dude. Send more... Okay. Alright, so what did we make the Spire for? What did we make the infestation pit for? Okay, we're going Hive. Let me just remind you that there were previously, for a good couple minutes, 0 workers in the main base of Gnoff. Gnoff did not have any mining here for literally minutes. Then he figured, you know what, I'm not quite dead, I guess I'll start again from scratch. Muta's now coming up. Despite the fact that their name is Mutalisk, they don't actually mutate into anything. So if you wanted to go Brute Lords for something, we would actually have to build Corruptors. Of course, a Stargate coming, because in the mind of a Cannon Rusher, you can only ever go Photon Cannons and then into Void Rays. Those are really the only 2 viable options. Nothing else could ever be reasonable. Oh. Okay, sure. At least that's one way to pull out of gas. It's a very creative way to pull out, but... Out of gas, I mean. Oh, God. No. Okay, +1. Coming up. We're not going Mutas. Or we're not going Brute Lords, I guess. I don't know what the Hive is for. I don't know anything. I don't understand anything anymore. I usually have quite a lot of faith in humanity, but... This? Oh, God. Fleet Beacon? Okay, we're moving. We're moving. We're moving. We could have done this 5 minutes ago. We had that Spire done. We're going. Gnoff is making a Fleet Beacon while having literally nothing. Go, Killing Boss. Go. Can you please keep moving, buddy? You can move further away than a screen. Is this game gonna end right now? Don't make... I've been here looking at this abomination for the last 7 minutes, ever since I checked. There's a mothership! The mothership is never gonna finish in time, dude. I would imagine the 5 or so Mutas and the Zerglings can finish the job. What an abomination. Does he not see the animation, though? I'm afraid that, like, one Zorkling attacking the Nexus is actually going to be enough. It's never gonna finish in time, dude. There's only one Zorkling actually attacking the Nexus, but... I mean, the mutas alone are likely going to be able to kill the mama ship too, although the mama ship is pretty dang tanky. Okay, alright, we've noticed. We've seen it. Thank God. It's over. It is all over. I feel like the hero at the end of a movie. Oh, we've made it until the very end. There was a light at the end of the tunnel here. What a beautiful disaster yet again. Now, again, if you have an amazing game, send it over to replays at LowkoTV. If you want to test out the BC Rush, title the subject or put BC Rush in the subject of the email and try and show me your fastest possible Battlecruiser rush. Let's have a look at it.